Some people are surprised on our side. They thought it maybe it'd just be Trump and Trump's associates. They didn't think it was that far reaching. And so I think it's just going to build more demand to get a total cleansing in this country, to have this Epstein class go.
The Epstein class notion resonates. Bad people did bad things, and that the Trump administration are letting them get away with it. And more importantly, they're not just letting them get away with it, they're actively participating in the cover-up.
What a lot of my colleagues are calling the Epstein class.
This is the Epstein class ruling our country.
The Epstein class who is running this government.
The Epstein class are rigging the rules, protecting themselves, while ordinary people in America are getting shafted.
He's still in with the Epstein class. This is the Epstein administration.
What's going on, everybody? Do you believe these people? They have no shame, man. Congressman Ro Khanna actually said that Democrats are shocked that it's not just Trump and a few associates showing up in the Epstein files. Shocked? Really? I mean, come on, man. This guy is ridiculous. And it's not just one or two names. It's a ton of them. They're all over the place. They're all over the files. These freaking elites, these 1%ers, think or thought that they were above the law. And here's the part that really exposes the game. Whoopi Goldberg's name showed up in the daggone Epstein files, and all of a sudden she's on The View, playing victim, saying that, hey, she's being dragged because her name is in there. Mind you, these are the same people who spent years begging for these daggone files to be released. And even more interesting, right before the segment, ABC, they aired a clip defending the president. I want you guys to see this. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
This morning, a new document coming to light claims in the mid-2000s, President Trump called police about Jeffrey Epstein. Among the 3 million Epstein files released by the Department of Justice last month is a 4-page FBI report on an interview the Bureau conducted in 2019 with the man believed to be former Palm Beach Police Chief Michael Ryder. Ryder and his detectives began investigating Epstein for human trafficking in 2004. According to the document, Trump called Ryder around that time and said, "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." Ryder also says Trump said he threw Epstein out of his club, and he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Trump got the hell out of there. The former police chief says Trump told him to focus on Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, saying she is evil.
Did you have any suspicions that he was molesting young women,
no,
underage women?
I had no idea.
Trump has long denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but Ryder says Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein.
Look at that. Look at that. ABC reporting news, reporting truth. Trump actually reported these people. He reported these people way back when. And the thing is that why are we just now finding this out? Because this right here, it doesn't fit their narrative. It doesn't. So now the files are out, the names are public, and the outrage has shifted from release the files to I cannot believe that they put this stuff out there. Hey, it is what it is, man. You ask, you receive. I said this a long time ago. If they really had something incriminating on the president, I promise you it would have been out a long time ago. Excuse me. Check out Whoopi.
Now, in the name of transparency, can you put up my name is in the files? Yes. And what does it say? It says Whoopi needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon's charity, it should say Julian Lennon's charity, is paying for it. They don't want to charter, so they're looking for private owners. Here's the info. And they give all the information, and they're saying, do you want to offer your G2? Okay.
And it looks like they said no thanks.
Yeah.
So in other words, anybody can be on this list.
Well, this is my point, because I'm telling you, when I tell you people are trying to turn me into, I wasn't his girlfriend. I wasn't his friend.
You were too old for him.
I was not only too old, but it was at a time, where this is just not, you used to have facts before you said stuff.
But Trump is on the list 38,000 times.
Well, I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him. It's like, honey, come on. Yeah. Every man that I've ever been with, you've known about him because either the Inquirer wrote it about it. Yeah. Your people wrote about this stuff. So no, I never had this, and no, I didn't get on the.
Joy Behar sucks. She still can't help herself. Trump was in there 38,000 times. They still can't help themselves. Trump needs to sue these people.
Plane, because you know what I would have to do to get on the plane?
Fly.
They were trying to, yeah.
And she doesn't fly.
No, so they're trying
She's
to get me.
Babe.
They're trying to get me to get on a plane to get to this thing for Julian Lennon.
Yeah, but the thing is, they dropped like 300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone because when you're looking, there are people like Marilyn Monroe who was dead.
Elvis.
Yeah, a lot of people, because a lot of the reasons your name can be mentioned are news articles, third-party emails, contacts. Again, wealthy, famous people often cross in professional and social circles, so that's not the surprising part.
Yeah. It's not just Whoopi, though. It's not just her. These daggone Epstein files, man, they also revealed that Thomas Pritzker, J.B. Pritzker's brother, maintained close contact with Jeffrey Epstein and Ms. Maxwell as well for nearly a decade. Yeah. Let that sink in for a quick second. And this is, this type of contact they had, it wasn't before, it was also after. So this idea that, only one side is implicated or that, a few bad apples, are the story, it's a complete and utter lie. This wasn't ignorance. This wasn't coincidence. This was continued association after the world already knew who this guy was. And yet we're supposed to believe that Democrats are now shocked by what's in these files. Shocked that, the rot runs deep. Cut it out, man. These are the same people who demanded that these files be released. Right up until their own names, friends, donors, and power brokers started showing up. And now, obviously, the pivot is predictable. Suddenly, it's a misinterpretation, it's smears, it's context. Suddenly, the outrage isn't about Epstein, it's about you for reading the documents. This isn't about Trump. And to be honest with you, it's never been about Trump. And the thing is that if it had been, we would have known. It's not about right versus left either. It's about a protected class of elites who thought that the rules did not apply to them. And now the receipts are public. And people are either leaving jobs, stepping down from high-level positions. It's a mess. But it needed to come out. I'm surprised that it took this long, and I'm not real appreciative of how the administration handled this situation. But all these Democrats that are out there clutching their pearls, where was all this smoke for the previous administration over 4 years? They could have done all of this 4 years ago. And I believe the reason why they didn't do it is because they knew that all of their names were in it and that all of these people would be implicated from the top down. They knew it. All of these people. Vince Everett Ellison always says this.
Leave this bunch of perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots alone. Third chosen rapper. Party Cardi B. Party Offset. Party Snoop and Dre. Party Hakeem. Party Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. It's a comedy show, man.
NBC5 investigates. The chairman of the Chicago-based Hyatt Hotels announces that he is stepping down from this position, citing his connections to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Tom Pritzker did not mention his ties to the deceased sex offender in his official announcement from Hyatt, but in a separate news release, he announced that he wanted to protect the hotel brand and that he exercised terrible judgment in maintaining contact with Epstein. Our investigative reporter Bennett Haberly in studio tonight with much more on this story. Bennett.
Yeah, Allison, Tom Pritzker's name does appear in a trove of these released documents from the Epstein files. And the email threads, though, are mostly scheduling related, but do show he maintained contact with Epstein for 10 years after his conviction on solicitation charges from Florida back in 2008. Tom Pritzker, in stepping down from his role as executive chairman of Hyatt Hotels, announced he is distancing himself from the Chicago-based hotel brand, in his own words, to protect it. In a news release, he said, quote, "My job and responsibility is to provide good stewardship," and went on to say that good stewardship also means protecting Hyatt, particularly in the context of my association with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, which I deeply regret. I exercised terrible judgment in maintaining contact with them, and there is no excuse for failing to distance myself sooner. I condemn the actions and the harm caused by Epstein and Maxwell," end quote. The millions of Epstein files released by the Department of Justice in recent months show that Epstein and Tom Pritzker maintained close contact for years, even after Epstein's 2008 conviction in Florida on state charges of solicitation involving someone under the age of 18. And their contact continued all the way up to 2019, when authorities in New York launched a new investigation into sex trafficking charges against Epstein. In one of their earlier exchanges, sent in 2010, Epstein writes to Tom Pritzker, quote, "The girl from Romania that you met at my house is currently living in London. Can we see if there's a starting position in any of the hotels?" Pritzker writes back, "Have her send me a resume. I can have her interviewed. No idea if they're hiring." Epstein writes, "Great." Pritzker replies, "Great" refers to her or me. The email thread appears to end there. Epstein died while in jail in 2019 awaiting charges. His death was later ruled a suicide.
I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts on any of this? Seriously. You got all these folks out here trying to play victim. You had all these people, playing holier than thou, for years. And now that the receipts are out, all these folks are backtracking. All these people are losing jobs. All these people are leaving companies. They're leaving, fellowships at colleges, so forth and so on, because these folks were connected. Vince Everett, he's been saying it for a while, man. These Democrats, man, they are who they are, and they have not changed much. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. Hey, I appreciate the love, support, man. As always, keep y'all first day prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. And the Lord hit my chest, kicked death from my breath, put power in my step.